Hi, and welcome to Time with Natalie, the show that helps you to maximise your time and balance your life. We're here today at the annual Raise Your Game conference being held at Wembley Stadium for those that want to get into the football industry. The Raise Your Game conference is for those who want to work in football, from coaching to management and media to administration. We're going to go and meet with some ladies and find out how they took their step into the world of football. Joining me now, I'm with Lorna Falconer from the Football League. Hi, Lorna.
Hello, nice to see you.
You too. So could you share with us a little bit about how you got into the world of football?
Yeah, I used to work in finance and insurance, and I sat at my desk one day and wrote to Tottenham Hotspur Football Club asking for a job. And I was lucky enough to get a phone call from the HR team and invited me down as a match day hostess, which I did for a few months before applying for a job as a commercial executive. And I was there for just over 3 years.
So did you already have a passion for football?
Absolutely. I used to, my school that I went to, our local club was Queen's Park Rangers, and I don't quite know if they do it now, but some of the community programmes used to invite local schools down to come if they didn't sell out on a match day. So we used to go to some of the smaller games or the reserve games, and we used to go down, and it was absolutely brilliant, and I loved going there on a Saturday with my friends from school and loved it. But I never thought at that time it would be somewhere I would work. It was just, you know, when I started working 20 years ago, it was my parents were, you know, we've got to get a job in finance and insurance and stable. Sport wasn't seen as a stable, you know, career path. So no, it was. My dad was not very happy when I told him I was leaving insurance for football. But yeah, no, it worked out really well for me. So yeah.
So what's your role now? What are you doing now?
My role, I currently work as executive assistant and special projects coordinator, which is a bit of a mouthful, but it's I do a number of roles at the moment. I work on our events, which we have 5 major events at the Football League every season: Capital One Cup final, Johnston's Paint Trophy final, and our 3 playoff finals, which, you know, are massive games. And I help coordinate that with our team. So I look after the guest list, making sure our commercial partners are happy, making sure our management team deliver what they need to deliver for our events. So yeah, just supporting the team and mainly the management of the guest list and sponsors.
Okay. And what's it like being in a predominantly male-dominated industry, being a female in the industry? What's it like?
Well, surprisingly, in our office, you know, yeah, sadly, our management team and senior management team are not as well represented, you know, by females as we would all like it to be. But then that could be an experience thing at the moment, because, as I say, I've not been in the role at my level for very long. But it's good because the support staff and the middle management, there are a lot of females there, so I don't want it to be as we only see, most people only see the commentators, the chief execs and the players, but there's a lot of management roles that are taken up by females, not as much as we'd like them to be. But it's getting better. Yeah,
that's good. So what advice would you give to the viewers today if they were interested in getting into football? What would you say?
First of all, choose an area of that you enjoy, because I enjoyed meeting people and going to events, and that's what I enjoy doing. Not everyone enjoys meeting. You know, if you want to be, you know, working in finance and that's what you're studying and you're passionate about it, you know, there's different areas of the football industry that you can go to. So do some research, find out who is the best contact at whether it's the club or the league, and ask the questions. Tell them what you're passionate about, tell them what you want to do. My letter, which was written on a typewriter, didn't say anything about what I'd studied or what I'd been doing. It was more about what I like doing, what I want to do, and what I'm passionate about. So that's what you have to do. You have to separate yourself from being, because you've got a, you know, great CV or because you've studied really hard. There's a lot of people out there that have done that and are passionate about football.
And how important is it to be at an event like this as well for networking and meeting people in the industry?
For me, meeting people, absolutely brilliant. But personally, it's one of the most rewarding things I get asked to do is mentoring. So I don't mind having somebody that's a complete novice to the industry saying, I'm passionate about football, this is what to do. And they listen to me and they think that my knowledge and my experiences is useful to them. And they go away going, wow, that's, really nice and exciting. And I'm thinking, oh, it made me feel, it makes me feel good. I'm not getting anything out of it other than giving some information to a young person that's passionate about football.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I know earlier you mentioned to me that you've got 2 children. So how old?
My boys, actually, they are 22 and 23.
So they're not babies then. Babies. Oh my gosh. But still, even I have a 20-year-old and you still have to learn how to balance everything. So how do you manage to balance everything with work and family?
When I worked at Tottenham Hotspur, I worked as a commercial executive with our commercial partners Monday to Friday, and then on a Saturday we had match day. I actually did that for 3 seasons before I then applied for a job, and I worked as a part-time receptionist at the Premier League. I was lucky to get that job because it was hard work and I hardly ever saw my children. So I had to choose a career at that time to say, okay, I could work until 4 o'clock in the evening, 3-4 days a week, and spend the weekends with my family. It was difficult and I did have to make some career choices, but now that they've grown up and I can pretty much, put my energy and efforts into anything that I want to do and achieve. So I know it's not easy and it's difficult, and there's some roles you cannot expect clubs to understand that, you can't get a babysitter on a Saturday when you're a match day hostess and kick-off is at 3 o'clock. There's not a lot we can do about that. So it is really difficult.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's show. Make sure you join in the discussion on my Facebook and Twitter pages. See you next week.